Oh, hello. I look over my shoulder and see Hanako peering timidly into the classroom, most of her body hidden behind the door. Hey, playing delinquent again? Hanako blushes hard at Misha's straightforward jab, even if it was only in jest. Shizune stares at her probingly, causing Hanako to look down and start backing away to the point where only her fingers can be seen wrapped nervously around the edge of the door. Maybe she's showing her dislike of Hanako by association of her dislike of Lily. It appears so, and Hanako probably knows it as well. What is it, Hanako?
Has Lily been here? Sorry, I haven't seen Satao. She came by in the morning, though.
Hanako keeps looking uneasily at Shizune, who stares back at her with her usual studying gaze. What is she trying to do? I thought we couldn't see her except for her fingers wrapped around the door. Whatever. Of course Shizune isn't going to look away, and she's intimidating enough as it is, so I can only imagine how terrified Hanako would be. It's a little uncomfortable watching Hanako's reaction to Shizune's normal behavior. This is what happens when two people of different extremes meet, it seems.
Do you know where she is?
If she has any sense in her head, she's in her classroom working on their festival project. But who knows where that woman is loitering at? You need to find her? She was looking for you in the morning, but I guess she must have missed each other. She waits a little without answering the simple question, looking awfully like she's not sure if it's proper to answer such a question.
Yeah.
I can come with you, if it's okay. Hanako nods fractionally, still on guard, her shoulders stiff like wood. I get the feeling that she might be more comfortable by herself after all, but it's too late to back off now. She has this really troubled expression she seems to wear almost constantly, one that makes me constantly be on guard about myself. I wonder why. I kind of understand why she always seems to be so wary, or maybe more like, why there could be a person like her. But I still have no idea how I should act around such a person. It's dinner time soon. Were you planning to eat with Lily? She nods slightly. So, she must have been trying to get into the cafeteria. Well, there's something of a dinner crowd, just like the cafeteria's crowd during lunch. It's not as bad because dinner time is longer than lunch hour, but I can understand why Hanako could be discouraged from going in. I pick up my bag and we take our leave. Hanako skips a little to meet my initial pace, so I slow down to match her speed. It doesn't take long for us to be walking at a comfortable pace down the hallway. It almost feels like we're going for a stroll together, something I can't say I've really done before with a girl. Hanako doesn't seem to be thinking about the same thing, though. Even though we're walking at the same pace, she never comes within an arm's reach of me. I guess she's still a little comfortable around me. Given how shy she is, there doesn't seem to be much helping it, at least for now. At least for now. By the time we arrive at the cafeteria, there's not much of a crowd there, but Lily is nowhere to be seen. Hanako's head sinks even lower than usual. Have you looked somewhere else today?
Just at the library. I was reading.
So she does spend the classes. She skips the library. Nah, it's not exactly a thorough search then. Well, if I had to guess, she'd be in her own class like Shizune said, right?
Right.
With the slightest of nods, Hanako agrees on their reasoning. God, she's being so awkward. It's like I need double-layered silk gloves with padding to even begin interacting with her. Some small talk might help her become a bit more used to me. It isn't hard to tell that the silence between us is hovering on the edge of both of our minds. So, you and Lily usually hang out together after class, right?
Yes.
I'm not quite sure what I expected from her answer, nor why I even asked the question. That much was rather obvious, after all. She doesn't seem like the type to cultivate a social circle either, so I suspect that Lily may well be her only friend. Not exactly. Again, she has at least 3, I mean, if you count Emmy, because Emmy is kind of their friend? They seem like they're friends anyways. Must be a pain in different classes, I'm guessing. At least they know each other. She gives a sharp, almost reflexive nod. Compared to Lily's careful thought about her actions and speech, Hanako hastens to make her answers as prompt and short as possible.
Lily comes by the classroom, though, even when she's busy.
She gives a small smile as she says it, evidently appreciating the fact that Lily goes out of her way to help her. It's pretty cute, really. There isn't any need to say more, both of us content that the discussion's reached an end. As we ascend the stairs back to the lobby, we are met by a group of students heading downstairs like a school of fish, moving from one feeding area to another. They seem to be keeping mostly to themselves, but before I can notice her doing so, Hanako's moved around behind me. Hey, are you alright?
Just keep going.
The students pass us without as much as a second glance, and Hanako takes up position to my side again as we enter the building, her momentary reprieve from her anxiety all but snatched away. Even as we climb towards the 3rd floor, she doesn't seem to relax. It isn't as if I've never known a shy person before, or even shy girls. but Hanako seems to be pretty far beyond what I'd call normal in her fear of other people. If it weren't for Lily acting as a mediator, I doubt Hanako would have even been able to walk beside me like this. She seems completely shut down in the presence of others. The rest of the walk up to Lily's classroom continues in strained silence, while I rue her inability to socialize at all. What was that beep? I heard a beep. Whatever. After we make our way up the stairs, the noise coming from Lily's classroom is audible from halfway down the hallway. I wasn't expecting such a din at all. Well, I guess we found her. This wasn't hard. Did Hanako come here first, then come to me for backup, I wonder? Well, if that's true, then at least she's starting to trust me a little. That can only be a good thing. Eventually, the two of us reached the door to Class 3-2. With Hanako less than subtly positioning herself behind me, I opened the door. Inside is a hive of activity, seemingly every student in the class talking at once as they work hurriedly on their separate tasks. Going by the paint cans, decorations, and banners being made, it must be for the upcoming school festival. I guess my first priority should be finding Lily. Yeah, she can't be that hard to notice. There. Finding her among the din is surprisingly easy, not the least bit because of her looks. With a couple of students gathered around her as she stands in the front of the class, she seems to be in charge of the preparations, or at least busy organizing them. So where are those papers, Lily? Or did the students already hand them in? Carefully negotiating a path through the various students hunched over the floor for lack of desk space, I raise a hand entirely out of habit as we finally reach Lily. Hi, Lily. She perks her head up as she breaks off talking to a noticeably smaller girl, who must be a classmate, trying to listen as best she can. Sorry, who? Ah, sorry, Hisao. I have Hanako too. Hi. She's pretty skittish. Considering the number of people around, it isn't too hard to work out why. Lily takes a moment to pause, to assess the situation before turning to the other students once more. For the moment, just ask Moriya for his advice. Kenji's pretty busy with painting one of the banners already. A quick nod, she bounces off. Fingers carefully sliding along the wall's face for orientation. Wait, did you just say Kenji? That Kenji? I quickly turn about, leaning to the side to see past Hanako. Sure enough, in a corner of the room, Kenji is hunched over a sheet of cloth as he paints it. His eyes remain only inches from the brush, reminding me of how close he had to be to make up my face when I first met him. Sorry about that. Our class doesn't have many students with even partial eyesight, so they're in high demand. That's right. Class 3-2 was specially for students with poor vision. Preparing for the festival must be pretty arduous for them. Need a hand? I can give you help if you need some. Maybe Hanako could too. A chance to set her mind on something would do good for her, but I doubt she has the courage to ask outright. She quickly nods an affirmation afterwards, so I'm confident I made the right move. Lily gives a noticeable sigh of relief. Oh, that's good. This might actually get finished before everyone goes off to dinner now. Would you be able to help the person painting the main banner? It's a big task for him to do, but nobody else can help. Kenji? Sure. She seems surprised I know him, and I can't really blame her. I take it you've met? Our rooms in the dorm are right next to each other. Hard to miss each other, really. Oh, well. It's good to see you getting friends so fast. Friend. I wonder if that's the right word to use for him. I mean, Kenji's a bro. Let's be honest here. Even if he won't give us his fucking pizza. I'm getting pizza in a couple hours, but still. Fucking Kenji won't give us goddamn pizza. He's still kind of a bro. I know we get a bro moment later. I think there's a bro moment later. Maybe not in this run. I don't know. Run. Yeah, this is like a speed run, guys. Speed run of Katawa Shoujo. Just hold skip the whole time. Hanako's silence during the proceedings reminds me of the reason I put her up to helping in the first place. We'll go help him then. He knows what he's doing, right? That's right. Just ask if you have any problems. Cursing in assent, Hanako and I begin another trek across the classroom. Kenji sits crouched on the floor, his gaze fixed on the white calico in front of him. Hey, Kenji. No answer. He continues dragging his paint-soaked brush along the large half-painted kanji that's sketched on the sheet in pencil. Kenji? Huh? What? Who is it? This is the way he treats class members. It's no small wonder he's working on this alone. It's me, Hisao from the... Right, I know that, man. What are you doing here, though? His dismissive attitude annoys me. He must be the type to get really focused on his work, hating to be disturbed by anyone until he's done, I suppose. While we talk, the sound of Hanako's footsteps as she walks up from behind me reminds me that she's still here. I was just gonna help with the banner. Hanako and I, that is. Hello. Oh, there. Yeah, I guess that's okay. As soon as Hanako enters the equation, his demeanor takes a complete about-face. His son Fox Paw's hospitality is slightly unsettling. Oh, right. Women. On second thought, this may not have been a great idea after all. Hanako and I grudgingly set ourselves down on the opposite side of the cloth banner to Genji, noting the several small paint tins on the ground around it. Last three, too. Noodle stall? You guys selling noodles at the festival on Sunday?
Yeah, some thought of that or something.
No, something. His non-committal nature sparks a fair amount of suspicion on my behalf. The task at hand comes first, though. So, how do you want to split this? We do borders while you do the text, or do you want to switch and do the borders?
Text is mine, you do the borders.
He has surprisingly strong feelings on this topic. As I reach over to grab a brush, I notice Hanako's already debating between colors to use. By the time I put brush to cloth, she's already started on a delicate pattern. Looks like my idea of taking her mind off everyone around her worked. With a dark blue stroke, the three of us silently get to work. Not before Kenji takes advantage of Hanako's working to lean towards me and whisper conspiratorially, though.
Okay, man, why are you here? Hanako just wanted to help you find Lily, that's all.
He apparently disapproves of my motivations.
And I get it. Looks like I misjudged you. You infiltrated them, aren't you? Going deep undercover?
I should have guessed. Letting the truth slip by him would probably be better than outright lying or annoying him in any case. Is that why you're here?
Obviously. It sucks, but there's no better way to get intel than going in yourself. We gotta stick together, man. This is a harsh school, a harsh world.
Yeah, it's very harsh. He misses my true meaning as he leans back. Satisfied, I'm sympathetic to his cause. I better get down to work.
Finished.
Looks like I am too. Good job. Two of us connect up the lines of our patterns, mine being as close as a copy as I can manage of hers. Hanako's pretty artistic, I guess. With a grunt, I lever myself up from the floor and look around. Aside from Hanako and myself, there's only Kenji left finishing off a sign as well, as Lily and a couple students talking among themselves in the classroom. Looking at my watch, it's no surprise, it's getting pretty late. I forget that this doesn't change at all, but it's like 1 o'clock, or maybe 2 o'clock. I don't know which hand is the hour hand. I'm assuming it's the one on the top. It's pointing at the 1. Need a hand? Hey! I offer a hand to Hanako, which she uses to get herself up. As she does, I can't help but glance at her wrist. If her scars extend to even there, just how much of her body was burnt. Stop wondering, Hisao! Stop caring! It's just Hanako, alright? It's not the monster, alright? I feel a pang of guilt about it, however, as she quickly covers her wrist with her other hand. It looks good, doesn't it? She looks surprised for a moment, before noticing that I mean the banner.
It does, I guess.
Her smile shows that she feels a slight sense of pride in the result, just as I do. With the floor significantly neater for the decorations being placed on desks and shelves, it's much easier to get to Lily as we cross the room. We finish the banner. I guess that's all that needs to be done. Lily gives an appreciative nod.
Thank you, Hisao. Hanako, if there's any way I can thank you.
It's fine. Be staying in my room studying it at any rate.
I don't mind either.
She nods before suddenly remembering the one last person.
Oh, is Kenji still here?
Just as I open my mouth, Kenji gives the answer from the other side of the room.
Yeah, just finished.
He carefully slides his sign onto an empty section of the cell to dry, before quickly walking past us and out the door.
See ya, man.
Bye. The remaining 2 students say their goodbyes to Lily before taking their cues to leave as well, leaving only the 3 of us. Well, guess that's everyone.
I hope we do not have to do anything like that again.
Working past school time?
Indeed. The class's plans this year were ambitious. Maybe too ambitious. The stalls look nice, though.
She's right. It shows there's a lot of work going into them.
My. I'm sure a lot of us would be glad to hear that. At least now there's not much work to do until the festival itself. It's getting pretty late. Should we go? That's probably a good idea. Are you going back to the dorms as well, Hisao?
Yeah, I guess I'll tag along. The nighttime lighting really makes the gardens look quite different. Compared to the usual look of lush greenery, things are much more calm. Being that so late, the lack of students around probably helps. The odd 1 or 2 that can be scurrying to and from the dorms trying to eke the most out of their approaching curfews, but no more. All that can be heard is our footsteps, in addition to Lily's cane regularly, gently tapping the ground in front of her. It's nice to finally be able to relax a bit after the mad rush during school. Without even noticing it, I let out a small yawn.
Tired?
Yeah, still getting used to the flow of things, I guess. The, thing with Shizune kinda took me off guard, though. I grit my teeth a little at the candid mention of their rather public spat. That said, I do want to sort out what in the world was behind it. What is with you two? I mean, I know, but you probably do as well, but I don't, or Hisao doesn't, that is.
About that.
I'm sorry about it being so public. Shizune and I go back some ways. More than you will let on. Her voice seems slightly irritated as she remembers Shizune, obviously unwilling to discuss it any further. Maybe in another time. I glanced at Hanako for her views on this, but her expression is, unsurprisingly, evasive and difficult to read. Either way, I guess her apologizing for it is something, even if my curiosity goes unanswered. I'll be glad once the festival's over in any case. Change of topic is welcome, clearing the thickening air quickly. I can imagine. My old school's festivals were a lot more low-key than this. Yamaku stresses the idea of a school community, so the staff likes to make our festivals in such special occasions. And yet the students are the one who do the work. What an unfair world. Hanako and Lily both chuckle in agreement, savoring the fact that none of the staff around here are grumbling. I suppose coming from a strict all-girls school helped me a bit with Yamaku. Compared to there, Yamaku is much more relaxed. I'd go away towards explaining her well-bred speech and behavior in any case. As we come up to the dormitories, it eventually comes time to leave for our respective rooms. See you, Lily, Hanako. Two of them both give polite nods before setting off to the women's dorms, just next to the guys. It has to be expected of such an arrangement. There's a staff member casually patrolling around outside to prevent any nighttime shenanigans. Walking past him, I quickly stretch my arms and rub my neck, both quite sore after having worked on the floor for so long before walking to my room. It feels good to actually have direction, though. After so long in the hospital, the everyday facts of studying, homework, and teachers seems almost like a blessing. I guess if things continue like this, my time at Yamaku might turn out okay. Adhering to the nurse's nagging voice in the back of my head, I set my alarm clock to wake me up early enough to go jogging again. I made a promise, and I'm gonna keep it. Besides, Emmy is bound to rat at me if I don't show up. But it's not all that bad. No, it's not that bad to be hanging out with Emmy. Though I don't plan on pursuing her path today, nor any day soon. Again, I don't know if you guys want to see multiple takes on this game or not, but for my multiple saves. My morning alarm goes off, and I flail about uselessly for a while until I remember that I decided to go give morning runs another shot. I don't know if this was my greatest idea, but I'm determined to keep going. The alarm fills me with determination. This is about my health, after all. Sure, things haven't been great lately for me, but that's made existence so intolerable that I'm not going to try everything I can to stay healthy. Safely. Besides, it's all about asserting some kind of control over this thing, right? If I can manage that, well, I can manage anything. Anyways, that's what I keep telling myself. Once again, it would appear that I'm not alone in my run. Emmy's apparently been here for some time. Looks like she's already worked up a good sweat. Just when the hell does she come down here anyway?
Oh, it's you! I'm surprised to see you again.
Why is that?
Well, not many people actually managed to come back for a second try.
She frowned, seemingly annoyed by a passing thought.
Like the rest of the track team, for instance. Still, it was only supposed to be on a volunteer basis, so it's not that big of a shock. I guess it's pretty early in the morning.
I shrug. It suddenly appears that she's forgotten what she was talking about. The frown disappears entirely, and she seems to snap back to a previous train of thought.
So, come on then!
What?
You're here to run again, right?
Well, yes.
So, come on!
I find myself suddenly grabbed and yanked onto the track. Things seem to be set on mirroring yesterday's run. That is, I seem to be struggling while Emmy moves with the effortless that I find enviable. It's incredibly bothersome to be so easily worn out. I know I should be patient, work toward things gradually, but it's difficult to stay positive about this. We round the track and start on our second lap. Emmy seems to have grown impatient keeping pace with me, and begins to pull away. This is where I gave out yesterday. Will I be able to do more? No. No. But, God. So, a little thing. There is a bad end to this game if you don't pursue any path wholeheartedly.